A 1, 2, 3, 4. I love succulents and you do too. They're so beautiful, fun and new. The gift that keeps on giving on and on. So watch my videos, we'll all have fun. Common knowledge that whenever there's a young little thing growing out of a succulent, what happens is that it is attacked by mealybugs. So this right here has got to go. I don't know what to do with these guys because every time I do something to this, like I sit it out, try to see if it'll root up. It doesn't really root up, and then when I push it into soil, it doesn't really give me anything. It just ends up like, I don't know, some of them do, some of them don't, so it's really a toss-up every time I see an offshoot right here. And I really hate to throw it away because you just never know. I don't know the name of this echeveria. I just bought the echeveria somewhere. I can't even remember where I bought it. But in my research, I found something quite like it. It looks like an agavoid, but it is not. It is something rare because I haven't seen anything like it. And then in the same pot where I bought it, there was a volunteer, and this baby right here looks like a Mexican snowball because it's really like, it really likes to grow, but it doesn't look like a regular Mexican snowball. It looks like a more of a Korean one. So I am just really impressed by it. I added some more soil because the roots are coming out this way. So I figure if I can cover that with some more soil, it'll start growing again. But you know, eventually anything that you plant, you repot, that's just gonna sink like lower and lower as you water the plants. It just gets compacted and compacted. So it's a good idea to add soil anyway to any of your plants. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, these two right here were in the same pot. This was about this big when I found it in the pot with this guy. I thought it was the same plant, but no, it's not the same plant because, let's turn this over here. Look at the baby. Looks nothing like this guy. So it is a volunteer. Thinking it's a Mexican snowball from Korea. But if you guys know what it is and are sure about it, let me know in the comments below. Hi guys, so I wanted to do a quick update on, remember that plant, the plant before this video? Okay, so here's what happened is that because of the rain, it got too much water, so it probably kind of rotted the middle stem. This is what happens, okay? Even for someone as like me who has been at this game for quite some time, it's still gonna happen to you. So what I'm gonna do is, even if there's a baby there, I'm going to cut it like where it's dried up and dead and stuff, and it's just hanging on by a thread, but still it's still giving enough nurture or nourishment to the plant. After the leaves fell off, okay, so it only has these leaves left, it wants to survive, and that's why that's happening. So now I got more than what I bargained for, which is great, you know, considering. That's after a year. Okay, it was a year last March, but it's probably been since before that. but neglectfully, what happened is I kept it in this plastic pot, and I bet you if I repot it, it will do a lot better, I think. So that's her. She's struggling. I mean, she's not struggling really, because she's got new hope there and a whole bunch of roots coming out of the new stem, so to speak. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that baby. I'm gonna try to plant it next to it as best I could, but I'm not sure if that one will survive, that one baby one. But I have 3 other ones, 4, 5. That's a lot, right? We'll see. I still don't know what the name of this plant is, but hopefully somebody out there can tell me. And I'll just wait until it grows a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. It was a nice plant, and all of a sudden, boom. The water is the enemy in this situation. The water is an enemy. So like I said, don't water. So therefore, there's another plant that was planted right next to it. Remember her? She also had a problem. Okay, I don't know, maybe it's these little pots, but this one did a lot better because now she has a baby, and I'm just going to put a bunch of rocks or dressing for her. Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna put a bunch of dressing around here, like rocks and stuff, just to hold, number one, to hold this plant down, the baby, hold it down. And then when I water, the water won't sit on the soil because of the rock. So what's going to happen is that it's going to kind of protect around the stem right there, and it's just going to get water, because usually I don't really water right next to the plant because I don't know how much water the stem is going to get. But in this situation right here, this other one, this was rain, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was left out in the rain, and it just got too much. What I should have done, and this is, again, I'm the guinea pig, and you guys are getting the benefit of this from my experience, that plastic will hold the moisture in a lot longer than terracotta. Terracotta, because of its porous material, will not stay in the pot, so the water dissipates in the sides a lot faster than a non-porous plastic pot. That was my first mistake, was to keep it in this pot right here. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm gonna do is, and I'm not gonna bore you with it, I will show you until the part. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to cut it right there. Right there, and include the roots. Okay, I'm going to include the roots. Well, the roots are already here, so it's not gonna bother it. Then I'm going to take this, because I know that there's a lot of roots under there, and repot that in another terracotta pot, in a small, like a smaller one, depending on how big the roots are. I'm gonna keep all the roots just in case, so this one can have a chance to live. Yeah, you have to strategically do that. I might even be able to put both of them in one bigger pot. Bam. See how big that is? I'm not gonna leave it like this. I won't leave it like this because I already know it's struggling, like this part. So if the worst case scenario is that this this stem right here, the leftover one, will dry up and kill this plant, which I don't really think it's gonna happen, because I'm gonna disconnect this one from the original stem. Instead, let it grow as much as it can, and then when it grows roots from where it's at, then it will be the dead stem right here will be null and void anyway. And then I'm gonna wait until this one grows a little bit bigger, and then repot that in another, either in the same pot, because no, it's gonna be in this pot. Either replant it there in the same pot, or put it in its separate pot, because I don't want anything to die, you guys. You know, I really, it kills my soul when I see something die. Even though we're gonna get casualties, you know, especially you guys who are just starting out, we're gonna have casualties. Don't feel bad about that, even though I just said I feel bad. It kills my soul. But you get over it. That's what I mean. Just get over it, because we're depending on where these guys come from, really. You know, like this one, I was thinking it should be big. It should be way bigger than this. Okay. However, that could be just my overreaching and overachievement. It could be just a small plant. You know, it looks kind of like a Lola, doesn't it? It looks kind of like a Lola. So yeah, so that's it, guys. I'm gonna give you another update hopefully soon. Hi guys. I thought this video was over. I guess not, because when I cut the stem off, this thing is 100% dead. No life. So this plant right here had grown roots right there. So now I don't know what to do. I don't want to kill this one, but I do want to repot it. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to I'm just gonna have to like detach this. I will have to detach this guy right here. I'm sorry, boo. I have to do it. Because if I don't, if I just laid that here like this, then I would be sacrificing bigger plants right there. See the bigger ones? I don't know. I just maybe just have to play it by ear. Because there is roots coming out of here. It was just feeding off of the moisture in the air. That's all I was doing. I pray for you. Okay, so here we are. See how I just set it on the side, but on the other side I didn't even let those growths, the babies, touch the soil. And so what I'm going to do is just water around it and not directly on it, unless of course it rains, and then we have the same problem. But I'm going to keep an eye on it, just to make sure that when that root right there, come on baby, I'm gonna take a picture so that those roots touch the soil and start digging. I'm gonna bury it some more with some more soil. Hopefully I don't forget about it. We'll see. But I think it's okay now, because it was just holding on to nothing. You know, you remember I showed you the stem is just totally dead. But look how so pretty. And then I put it in this pot, which is another terracotta pot. but this one is painted. It's painted, but I think it's like matte paint, so it's not going to hold the moisture in, or the real wet, get it real wet, because even though it is a painted terracotta pot, it's still porous, so if anything, it'll stop right by the paint, like behind the paint. But yeah. And then this guy right here is in its own pot with her little baby right there. We'll see what happens to her. I didn't change the pot. I kept her in the same pot, but I put the pebbles around. I know I don't really like rocks in my plants, but because it's so sensitive, I'll feel better because there's covering around it, you know. And there she is. Still don't know her name, but I think it's a Lola. That's it. This is the new soil. This is our new soil, and that is infused with worm casting. And worm casting just does so much. You know what? If I get so much worm casting, I will share it with you guys. I will sell it on my Etsy. They're expensive, you know. I mean, not that I'm gonna pass the expense to you guys, but I will have it for sale on my Etsy when I get a lot, when I get so much. But you guys can also grow it yourselves. We'll see. So that's the story, Morning Glory. Have a great day, and I hope to see you soon, and hopefully you come back. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit the like button, help your girl out, donate some money. I'm gonna have all the information. Buy from my Amazon, and all that information will be in the description. And if you need any tools or any pesticides or supplies, whatever, anything that you've seen in my videos, please help a girl out and use my link to go buy it in Amazon. Thank you guys. Bye. XOXO. Mwah.